Hey chat, how's it going? Welcome to another stream. It is, what is today? It's Saturday. I know it's Saturday. It is Saturday the 27th of June. That means I need to pay rent today. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, welcome back to everyone. How's it going, Konik and Proggyhead and Skywalker Pro and RKJ? Hello. Welcome back to the stream. I haven't seen you in a while, Proggyhead. Welcome back. Let's see what. So I streamed yesterday, and I legitimately wrote 0 lines of code yesterday, which I feel, maybe not the best about, but such is the way things go, I guess. But we did figure out something very important yesterday. Hey, what's up, KNGL? Hello. Proggyhead says, just watch your YouTube video, and I've been watching the replays on YouTube. Nice. Hey, what's up, Dark Polarm123? Hello. I have not seen you before, or if I have, I don't remember your name. But if you've been here before, welcome back. Good to have you. But yeah, last time we were working on figuring out, this is unrelated. This is actually hilarious. We were working on figuring out this bug in Babby, which causes Babby to hang on a particular set of strings, and we debugged this throughout yesterday's stream, and found why this is hanging, and it's due to a bug in the handling of a particular type of regular expression. But I wasn't sure how to fix it, and that was fine. We did some other stuff on stream, answered a bunch of questions, and had a good, nice chat with chat as we do. But we didn't fix this bug. But I did figure out a way that we could have fixed this bug if the regular expression library that we're using had new support. So I did this after the stream, I think. Maybe I did this on the stream. But I opened an issue on the library that I'm using, Oniguruma, which is a flavor of regular expressions. It's a C library. I have written a CFFI, C foreign function interface, I think that stands for, I don't know, Python wrapper for that library. And this is how I use the regular expression library in Python. So, wrap the C library in a little bit of code, which is this file. Yeah, so basically I declare all the functions and all the types, and I write a little bit of C code to make the APIs a little bit better. But other than that, it's really just like feeding through the attributes from C. And CFFI actually made this super easy. So I was actually very happy with this. But yeah, so I opened an issue on the parent project, which was basically like, thanks again for the library, really wonderful. TextMate grammars use Oniguruma for pattern matching and expanding text editor grammars, but they are done in a line-by-line fashion. So these two anchors have very specific behaviors. \A is only at the very beginning of the string. However, if you're scanning line by line, you'll get lots of beginnings of strings that are not actually the beginning of the string. And \G is supposed to be the position of the previous match. So from the start indicator that you're going from. Hey, what's up, GOT Ranjan? Hello. Welcome to the stream. I saw you follow right before I started, so thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Hungry Hippo? Welcome back. How did you get that name? Like, you must have been, really early on, if I had to guess. Account created 2017. Huh? I guess, not that far back, but I guess you just got lucky. But anyway, yeah. So TextMate grammars have to do some special handling of \A and \G. And blah this, and I was basically like, I need some way to disable these. VS Code currently does this, which is broken because of things like this, and there are other flags that already do similar things for beginning of line and end of line, but I was basically asking, like, can I get flags for these ones? And the maintainer responded actually, like, very quickly. Lives in Japan, so I didn't expect a timely response, but usually gets back within a day. and basically said like, do you want this thing? And this is exactly what I want. So hopefully this feature will end up in the library and we'll be able to actually fix this stuff. But anyway, I figured I'd give you guys an update on that since we worked a lot on this yesterday, but didn't actually finish anything. But yeah, so that's that. I uploaded a video right before stream today. This is one of the ones that I get asked a lot. Oh, it's kind of off screen for you guys. But it's basically like getting started with programming. I feel like I answer this one almost every stream, so now I'll have a video that I can point people at so that that'll get answered. Hey, what's up, Void Rose? Hello. Welcome back. You guys, welcome. Hello. As it is. But yeah, anyway, I uploaded a video about getting started with programming, so that's a thing. And I'll be able to link to that in chat now when people ask me that question, so that'll be good. I mean, honestly, that was the entire point of making these in the first place, is like I was answering questions over and over in chat. And this gives me a nice, easy way to answer them. Roller says, hello, what is Dead Snakes? Well, Fancy, you should ask that, because I've got a YouTube video for you. I see what you're doing. You're just trying to bait me. I got you. Corpop says, hey Anthony, if somebody wanted to get started with programming, should they watch your videos or Juicebox Heroes? Oh no, is she in chat? She's not here. We can talk shit. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I feel like, so this is maybe self-defeating a little bit, but I feel like watching programming streams is not necessarily the best way to... Well, watching programming streams where people actually program is not necessarily the best way to learn programming. Especially if you're watching somebody that's just like zipping through in like Vim and like a million things are happening on their keyboard and no one's explaining anything, and I feel like those are not necessarily the best way to learn. That said, I feel like my stream is somewhat educational. Like, you know, you guys ask questions in chat and I answer them and I explain what I'm thinking about and like where I'm going with stuff, and I try and make it like, you know, somewhat educational-ish. But I don't know where I was going with this. But Juice's streams are fine. She streamed last night. I actually fell asleep in the middle of her stream. Which, I was really tired in defense, but like, oh my goodness. Oops. So I don't actually know what happened at the end there. So hopefully she finished. I don't remember what she was working on either. Centering. I think it was centering text with CSS, which like nobody can do that. That's always hard. But yeah, thanks for the troll rollers. Herbob says, is that around when you stopped responding and she thought you were really pissed off at her? I guess so. Whoops. I was not mad at her. I just fell asleep. But anyway, that was last night. Yeah, sorry the stream was late this morning. I didn't wake up in a timely manner, despite like getting good sleep. But we're here, we're streaming. It's time to go. Lol, Twitch drama, right? Hungry Hippo says it's okay. I just woke up too. Well, that's good. Then you wouldn't have missed the beginning of the stream. Anyway, I have this one issue. I know it's like kind of mean to like shit on GitHub issues, but like this is just a completely great example of one where like OP like did not put in any effort on this issue, and I'm very confused about it as well because it like literally doesn't do what he's saying it does. But anyway, they open this issue that says installing pre-commit automatically activates the virtual env, which doesn't do that. There's no behavior similar to this at all. So I don't know why they open this and they're like, this is a very surprising side effect. I agree. That should not happen. Very strange behavior. Indeed, definitely very strange behavior. I expect pre-commit to manage my Git hooks, nothing more, nothing less. That's exactly what it does. And I was like, can you explain? Please help me understand. But yeah, it's actually impossible for an executable to change the running environment, so I don't know what this person possibly ran into. I can only assume that they were confused. But anyway, I found that amusing. But yeah, so I actually said that I was going to work on miscellaneous open source stuff today and then pre-commit.ci, but I don't... You know, I saw my email queue this morning and it was like 12 deep, and I was like, oh, surely there's something in there to work on. But they were all just like responses to other stuff, and so I don't actually have any open source stuff to do today. So we're gonna work on pre-commit.ci, if that's fine with you guys. I guess I'll give you a little intro about what that is about, and then we'll jump into it. So the plan with pre-commit.ci is to make a CI system based around pre-commit. Excuse me. Which is a GitHooks framework that also knows things about, you know, linters, code formatters, installing them, and running them. Pre-commit itself is mostly intended as a development tool, so, you know, you run it on your laptop and it gives you some help before you go to production or whatever. And you can also run it in CI, but it's, you know, sometimes a little bit clunky to do that. You often have to copy and paste a whole butt ton of YAML and, you know, do a bunch of special stuff here. Yeah, and each CI would be different, and you have to set up all this stuff. But the idea behind pre-commit.ci is it's going to be a purpose-built CI system that you don't need to configure anything. It'll just work. It'll do caching for you without you having to worry about it. It'll auto-commit back to PRs, so things like where you're working with like a maintainership and not everyone runs all of your developer tools. It'll automatically fix stuff for you. It'll also manage updating your dependencies, so you don't have to worry about that. Or updating the pre-commit dependencies, because sometimes that's a thing you have to worry about. And it'll do some other stuff as well. But I've been building this for a while. I've had this idea for almost a year, and I've been slowly chipping away at working on it. And so we're gonna do some more of this development today on Twitch. The other server says, now they will never respond to this issue ever again. It's so true. It's so true. They're just gonna fucking ghost this issue. Hey, what's up, Blurberry? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Are you like a derpy blueberry? Is that what's up? Blurberry. Blurberry. Anyway, I like your name. Welcome to the stream. RKJ says, are you saying you've 100% completed all open source? Yes, this is not the any percent run of open source. This is the 100% run. And hello again, Blurberry. I see you in chat. Hey, what's up, Foreplay? Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Man, that sounds dirty. I haven't seen any foreplay in a while. You know, we just go straight from kissing to fucking. Anyway. Foreplay says, I'm here for my daily dose of Python. Alright, we'll see what it's done. Or we'll see what we're doing. Corbub says, open source is officially done. There is no more open for sourcing. Okay, anyway. Pre-commit. That's what we're working on today. So I need to get things set up because there's a little bit of setup here. Hey, what's up, Math Comp? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day's going well. Mine's going pretty well. I am not going to show you the stuff inside this creds directory. We are definitely not looking at these two secrets files. This is definitely like, how many secrets does Anthony leak on stream today? But thanks to, I want to say Parsit gave me code for this last time. Yeah, I can show this now. Where I can do IP address filtering so that you guys won't be able to mess with me while I'm working on this, which is actually amazing. But let me get this set up. Oh, I renamed the modules. Oh, that was another thing I did while I was offline with this project. I split app.py, which was starting to become, you know, the Anthony special 2,000 line Python file. I split it up into a bunch of different Python files, so now there's some separations of concern here, and it's not so much like one giant file. But I still haven't finished splitting up completely. Like, this app.py file should get you know, some of the stuff moved out to like a GitHub file. You know, I have my data store for the web stuff. This will get split out because I'll need to have a different data store for local development and a different data store for production. Oh, my heart skipped a beat here. I saw the word secret and I was like, oh shit. We're 20 minutes into stream and I've already leaked a token. No, we're good. We're good. Everything is fine here. There are no problems here. I actually did something kind of, or at least I feel somewhat unique here. I haven't seen somebody do something like this before. Usually when retrieving environment secrets, they just retrieve the value. But I'm actually removing it from the environment here. And I feel like this is slightly safer than just leaving it in the environment, because it means like any sub-processes that are spawned from this will not contain those environment variables. So like if somehow someone managed to get like arbitrary code execution, they would not necessarily get access to these secrets directly, unless they went through Python. But then, you know, they could just import this file and find them that way. But they couldn't dump the environment and get it that way, which would be fun. But anyway, split this off. Started splitting out the GitHub API stuff. So this is basically request helpers. This is like the JWT, is it JSON web token, something like that? I don't fucking know. JWT. I'm actually using a library for this. I feel like it's kind of rare that I use a library for some like simple functionality like this, but this one is like self-contained and worked really well, so I didn't feel bad about using it. S2S is the server-to-server request, so this is the stuff that uses the web token. And then there's U2S, which is like user-to-server, and this uses the particular access token. And so these are the two different ways that you can make GitHub API requests. Hey, what's up, Mikana Poli? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope your day's going well. And then I just copied and pasted this. This is actually from All Repos, which does GitHub API stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with All Repos, I guess I'll just read the tagline at least, because I think that explains it pretty well. All Repos, clone all of your repositories and apply sweeping changes. Basically, the idea behind All Repos is it kind of makes micro repos into a mono repo kind of deal. Hey, what's up, Hopper? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm so far behind in chat. Let me catch up in chat. Voidrose says, what open source project have you contributed the most code to? Do you include projects that I created? Because if you include projects that I created, you know, all of pre-commit is probably the most code that I've written. Hey, what's up, R4 Root? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Or is that Raroot? Raroot? Anyway, welcome. But yeah, like pre-commit is probably the thing that I've written the most code for. As for projects that are not mine, what would be the biggest open source project that I've done the most code for? It would either be PyTest or Flake8, probably. Although, I don't know that I've actually written all that much code for Flake8. So probably PyTest. We'll just call it PyTest, right? But is it really PyTest? But yeah, I've done quite a bit of programmings for PyTest. Oh, I'm net positive again. I was net negative for quite a long time. I actually prefer to be net negative, but you know, 200 commits there. I guess it's not that much. Hungry Hippo says, at least Anthony won't end up leaking his credentials. Cough, Juicebox0 cough. Yes, indeed. Who pinged me on Discord? Oh, somebody used @ here. For shame! Why would you do this? Anyway. Binary Sauce says, what keyboard are you using? If you do Bang Keyboard, you can get information about it. It is the Kinesis Freestyle Pro. RKJ says, started a new project yesterday and I've been forced to use GPL. Oh no! Not the GPL! Hungry Hippo answered, nice. Corbob says, GitHub told me that I had a security vulnerability in one of my projects. It is literally npm create React app. Nice. Hey, what's up, Recursive Chat? Hello, hello. Binary Slaw says, have you looked into getting an Ergodox? I will look up what that is. The problem is I cheat too much when I type. This was like very much a huge jump for me, and this keyboard is relatively new, and I have not completely figured it out yet. So the answer is probably no. Yeah, this is still very new to me, and I'm still not like completely up to speed on typing with this. I can get about 100 words per minute, but it's not quite the 130 I was getting on my other computer. But I have not looked into getting an Ergodox. Hey, what's up, Parsit? Welcome back. And Zolor, hello, hello. Alabama Man returns. Have you finally changed your name? Welcome back. I assume it's you, or are you a different Alabama Man? Because we had another Alabama Man at some point, but it was Alabama. Did you go to college for software development? Yes, kind of. I had already been employed before I took my first software engineering or software programming course. My first, formal education. I had already been writing code for what? About 8-ish years at that point? Wait. When I was 10, 2000... Wait. 10 would have been 2001. And my first programming course was in 2010, 2011. So I had already been programming for about 10 years, and I had already been employed for 2 years. So it wasn't... I didn't really learn programming from school. Hey, what's up, Retrospect? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I did go to school for programming. I originally started in biochemistry because I wanted to be a doctor, and eventually I was like, nah, I'm good at computers and I like computers. Let's do that instead. So I switched to CS my 3rd year and finished the major in 2 years, which I would never suggest that. It was kind of insanity. And I had to get a bunch of like sneaky overrides so that I could take classes that were prerequisites of themselves. So that was messy, but I did it somehow. R for root says it's R for root. Nice. Okay, I will go for that. Parkyhead says, any idea about a safe way to squash commits? Sorry about off topic. No, I mean, seems on topic to me. So what I usually use to squash commits is Rebase. Rebase-i. Git clone, github.com. I don't know, I'm just gonna pick any old repository. This one I know has a pretty linear history, so it's really easy for me to do this. And let's say that I wanted to squash all of these commits together. All of these ones here. So I would take a commit before it. This is what I want to rebase onto, or you would take origin master if you're like a feature branch or whatever. You would do git rebase-i and that revision. It'll pop you up with this dialog here, and you can replace pick with squash. Pick to S, and you can say yes. This will squash these 3 commits. S will keep the commit message around, so this will prompt you after it squashes all these commits to adjust the commit messages. If you don't care about that, you can use F to fix up the commits. And actually, now that I say all of these things, I'm pretty sure I made a video about this. Did I use squash in that, though? Not that video. It explains. It's like right after this one. Edit git commits. Yeah, so I kind of go over that a little bit in this video. But yeah, once you would do this, you would exit out of this. Fix up will automatically slam those all together. So now you can see like those all ended up in this one commit here, even though this is unrelated stuff. But that's how I do squashing. And it works pretty well for me. Catherine says, hello, typing on my new ergonomic keyboard now too. Nice. Yeah, Catherine also got one of these Freestyle Pros, which is pretty cool. RKJ says, how's it going being back on the PyTest dev team? It's good. I've probably not been contributing as much as I feel like I should. But I do still, you know, I check on the issues every day. I comment on the ones that I know how to fix, and I review pull requests and stuff. I haven't written much code for PyTest in a while, though, which I feel kind of bad about. But I hope to get back into it soon.
Now you need an ergonomic editor.
Thank you for the resub, Sarcastic Dante. 13 months. 13 months. That's a lot of months, my dude. But thank you for the resub. Really appreciate it. ergoemacs.org. What? What the fuck? What is this, dude? Why does it look like Iro, but like smoking? What is this? Anyway. Alabama Man Return says, how to deal with losing motivation when it comes to learning code. So I actually addressed this a little bit in the video I just uploaded, like minutes ago. For me, the way that I maintain motivation is to work on projects that are delivering value to me. You can actually check this video out here. I find that if you're working on if you're learning something and you don't have an end goal in sight, or you don't have something that's going to make your life feel better, it's a lot harder to focus on it and build toward that goal. So, you know, at least, so what I explained in this video is like when I was learning programming, I would work on projects that I wanted for myself, that were going to make my life better. And actually, one of the things that I show in that video, let me see if I can find it again. It's buried in my backups directories. Where are you? It's not in that one. Must have been 2011. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I don't have the source for this one anymore. That's a bummer. But I basically made this little app here. Let's see, bin. With this one. Do this to move it. So I made this little app here. I've talked about this on stream before. This is, I had chores, and I talked about this in this video too, but I feel like I should show stream again as well. But I had chores, and one of the chores that I had was taking the dogs in and out to make sure that, you know, they did their business. And I would always forget. So I wrote this little app, and when you press start, actually you can't, well, we won't be able to see it because it takes an hour to trigger, because, you know, when I wrote it, I did it the wrong way. I probably should have made it trigger initially on start, and then the second trigger would be an hour later. But anyways, this is just like a very simple timer app, and after an hour, it pops up a little tray icon thing, and plays this little sound bite.
Anthony, please let the dogs out.
You guys hear that? Wait, let me see if it showed up.
Anthony, please let the dogs out.
But anyway, that's my dad saying, Anthony, please let the dogs out. And it was just like a little way for me to learn a couple of things about, you know, building a forum application. This is actually really annoying to grab the title bar. There's like a 1 pixel space in the middle here. Or you maximize it and then grab it and move it around like that. But anyway, I learned a bunch of stuff while building this, but I was building it because I had a problem that I wanted to solve. And so, you know, I built this from scratch. According to the modification timestamps here, I wrote this application in 2007. Although I built it from source in 2018, so relatively recently, actually. Unless these... No, these are just wrong. Actually, it looks like I originally wrote this in 2005. So I would have been 14 at the time. If I'm going based on the modification timestamps. But yeah, it was like a cool little app that I wrote, and like it was a thing that kept me motivated for learning and going that way. And now I'm super behind on chat. Binary Sloth says 2 years, that's insane. Yeah, it was pretty fucking crazy, man. Catherine says, you would have had a good personality for a doctor. Yeah, I think so too. I also, like, wanted to do research into autism because my sister is severely autistic, and I wanted to be able to make a difference there. But that didn't really work out, unfortunately. Mr. Metabyte says quick squash, which is git reset -- soft head and git commit new message. Yes, that is one way. That would also work. The Endless Rivers says, why is everyone using SQL Alchemy with Flask DB model class? Looks like you can't. I'm using Psycho PG2's cursor to execute SQL strings, but watching tutorials, this feels wrong. So here's the thing. You don't need an ORM. You can get by without an ORM, and you can be like good with your SQL statements and like careful about using parameterization and all that sort of stuff. And you know, you can get by without SQL Alchemy and stuff. But as your application grows and as like more people work on it, an ORM can often be useful for organizing your thoughts and like giving a simpler interface for accessing your data stores. So it might be a good idea. That said, I don't use ORMs, so the only time I've used ORMs is like at work when it was someone else's deal, and like it was not my situation. But like, you know, pre-commit uses a database, oddly enough, and it just uses prepared statements, and it works pretty well. Is that in store? Yeah, so you can see that I'm just running SQL strings, and this is my prepared statement dealio. But yeah, that works well for me, and like not a huge deal. I should change this to a tuple. Anyway, but yeah, it's fine to use prepared statements. Makes sense. Hey, what's up, Nerdy Laka? Hello, welcome back. You're welcome, Proggy Head. I'm glad to answer your questions. Emacs user at work by arrow color. What? That's an interesting decision to draw someone like that. Simplex, welcome back, says, what's up all you sweaty nerds? I'm actually not sweaty today because I've got the air conditioning on. It's nice chilly in my room. It's pretty nice. Ken says, I'm a bit slower using this keyboard, slower than I thought I would be, but my arms feel more relaxed. I like the shortcut keys on the far left and right. Yes, the shortcut keys are kind of nice, although right now I mostly just accidentally hit them. So I do plan to like remap them and get new caps for them so that like, you know, I don't have to train myself. Oh, there's a delete key right here. Oh my god, that is fucking great. Alright, take everything back. The shortcut keys are amazing. Simplex says, the motivation I use is to get out of my current job that is not making me happy. Bruh, switch jobs, make it happen. Arfa Root says, is it that one? Let's see. KHQL. Yes, it is that video. Indeed. Lloyd says, when was this? 2005. I think I said that already. Kevin says, here's an idea. After the clip of your dog, you play the song Who Let the Dogs Out. Yeah, that would be great. Neelike says, what if college prevents me from doing my own personal projects? How so? Like, do they have like licensing that's preventing you? Or like, do you not have enough free time? Or like, what's the deal? Because, you know, I kind of felt similar. Like, I didn't have that much free time in college, but I was still like, you know, I still found some amount of time to like hack on some stuff. I mean, obviously like a little bit more busy. But then again, I didn't really study in college. So I had a lot more free time. Most of my like studying in college was used as an excuse to hang out with cute girls. Sounds fucking terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of extra time in college, I guess. Sarcastic Donnie says, I got home right before this calamity started. Oh my. That looks like quite the storm. Man, I miss thunderstorms so much. I've not had a good thunderstorm in a real long time. I miss them so. Simplex says, well, that is why I use all my free time I have to code so I can get a job as a front-end dev. Nice. Kepler says, from what I can see, everything is so web-based now. It's all web APIs, databases, web front ends. I don't see much actual software machine level development going on, and I just don't care about the web. Well, fortunately for you, I don't usually work on web stuff, although unfortunately for you, today we're going to be working on web stuff. But usually I work on like developer tools and like, you know, not web things. But unfortunately today, part of piecing the glue together between the not web things and the users is to do web things. So unfortunately, we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. Hey, what's up, Ethan? How's it going? Hello. Welcome back. Simplex says, just wondering, what do you do as a tech lead, or as a former tech lead? Honestly, most of it that's different from normal development is there's a lot more meetings, a lot more planning, a lot more like roadmap building and like, you know, getting a bunch of teams on the same page and making sure that they're, you know, progressing in the same direction, getting agreement across teams, like all sorts of stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Welcome back. Hello. I think the bigger thing for me, like as a tech lead, was like trying to keep every part of all of the related teams all together, and like you know, trying to figure out the best way forward for all of those particular moving parts, and like keeping people in the loop and like planning going forward and that sort of stuff like that. I don't know, something like that. RKJ says, it definitely seems like that on the surface, but I promise you there's so much cool non-web stuff coming. Or non-web stuff happening. Indeed. I like to think that I do a lot of cool non-web stuff. Meowdy partners, says Michaela. Okay. Anyway, let me finish explaining how I split this stuff up. I have started to make individual GitHub API calls here separately. These used to be just inlines, and I figure this is a little bit easier way to read these. I don't know why this one returns response. It could probably just return the JSON directly, but oh well, either way. Ethan says, oh hey, I have more than 40,000 batted points now. Oh yeah, Twitch redid all of their channel points stuff yesterday. I don't know if they announced it, but Juice was talking about it on her stream. Twitch channel point changes. I don't know. I guess here's the thing here. Hey, what's up, Harris Nazir? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Pretty sure no affiliate or partner thinks this is a good change. This is definitely a no one is doing tier 2 or 3 sub things. How can we entice 1% of our viewer base to move from 1 to 2 or 3? Oh yeah, they changed the multipliers on 2 and 3, I guess. I'm pretty sure they rolled this out today because of the Mixer Facebook thing. They figured no matter how mad people were, it would still get overshadowed and largely unnoticed because of the Mixer news. It's funny. But anyway, channel points have changed, so you guys are all going to get them slower. So you're never going to get that 100k. Hey, what's up, Moro? Welcome back. Hello. Neelix says, basically, I felt behind in this semester, and now I'm in this slump to get ready for my own re-exam in one of my courses. I feel like I'm not doing enough to understand the material. I'd rather half-ass it or not do it. I see. RHR88 says, hi, how did you develop such a good memory? Any techniques? I don't know, I just naturally just remember shit. I think it's, you know, genetic or something. I don't actually do, like, I guess I do have some memory techniques for, like, some things that I you know, forget frequently. So, like, one thing that I do is I will encode thoughts, like, to-do thoughts in physical space. So, like, here's an example. I have to pay rent today, so I have gotten out my checkbook, and, I mean, before stream, it was sitting here, because I was supposed to pay rent before stream. but I didn't have time to do that, so I didn't do that. But it is out and like physically in the world, so I can't forget to do it. Another example is when I shower. This is gonna sound super stupid. When I shower, I have, let's see, what things do I do? I shampoo, I condition, I soap, and then I wash my face. So I need to do those 4 things. And I remember in like high school, there were many times where I would shower and I'd be like, did I shampoo my hair? And then I would shampoo my hair. And then like I would zone out, and then 5 minutes later I'd be like, did I shampoo my hair? And then I would shampoo my hair again. And sometimes, you know, I would end up like shampooing like 5 or 6 times, which is fucking terrible for your hair. But what I've started doing is like encoding the steps that I've done in the shower so I don't forget them. And like one of the ways that I do this is I put my face wash on top of my shampoo. So I know if the face wash is on top of my shampoo, I'm at one of 2 states. Either I'm done with my shower or I'm just beginning my shower. If I take the face wash off of the shampoo, that's when I shampoo my hair, so I know that I've entered that state. Once I'm done shampooing, I will know whether the soap has bubbles on it or not, as to whether I have soaped. And I can feel my hair to see if I have conditioner in it. And then when I'm done washing conditioner out of my hair, I will wash my face with my face wash and put my face wash back on top of the shampoo. And so I've encoded the way that I shower into physical space so that I don't have to remember any of it. And it's all just like little things like that to like help me with the things that I forget. Then again, like you know, programming concepts and stuff like that, I don't really do anything special to remember those. I just kind of remember them. But now you guys probably think I'm a fucking weirdo because I just told you how I shower in grave detail. Mr. Metabyte says, play a lot of Simon Says. Maybe. Kevin says, there's something called Method of Loci that has to do with using an imagined physical space for memory. So I do actually do a trick like that. It's not a trick for me, it's just like when I want to remember a particular thing, I associate it with a place. This actually made exams in college really easy if the exam room was the same as the lecture hall, because I would just sit in the same seat that I would always sit in, and because of that I had a better like locality of reference for the things that I learned in class. But when I want to remember something about a particular time, I think about being in that place, and that helps me remember stuff about it. So like I remember a conversation that I had like 4 weeks ago because I know I was standing on a particular street corner. And when I think about being in that place, I can remember what happened in the conversation. Basically things like that. So I think that's kind of similar to what I do. It's not like mind palace shit like other people talk about, but like for me, it's, you know, it's kind of like imagining a physical place and then remembering stuff because of it. But Hungry Hippo says, who knew showering could be so complicated? Parson says, what the hell am I listening to? Sarcastic Dante says, living a state machine life. Yeah, and actually, honestly, some of this stuff is like the ideas of placing state into the world came about because of learning about, you know, managing locks and concurrent programs and managing state machines in finite automata and things like that. And like I think that shaped a lot of the, you know, the physical realm state machines that I have built for myself to remember simple things like that. But I don't know. there's a glimpse into the insanity that goes on inside my brain. Simplex says, what I do for programming is I try to commit things to long-term memory, so I use the thing I have to remember in different examples. I see. Zoller says, question, what time of the day do you shower? I'm usually a shower in the morning person. So like, well, but recently what I've been doing is I've been exercising in the morning, then I will shower, then I'll stream or work or something, and then go on the rest of my day. Although a couple of times recently I have not forgotten to exercise. Like I was too busy to exercise in the morning, so I just exercise in the evening, and I will always take a shower after exercising because I don't want to be a smelly boy, you know. But yeah, I'm a morning shower. Although sometimes I'll shower like 2 or 3 times a day, depending on what I end up doing. Michaela says he's a state machamp. Mr. Metabyte says, I use a bunch of mnemonics and similar methods for remembering stuff too. Nice. Alabama Return says, what are the benefits of splitting the keyboard in two? So that the quoted benefit is that your hands are at a more natural like position. So you can imagine like if I set my hands out at like my shoulder width and then I bang them into my microphone, and then if I were to set them down directly on my keyboard, my hands are naturally at a more ergonomic position as opposed to like where you would put them if you were on a traditional keyboard where they're close together. Now then again, I have not had issues with ergonomics on keyboards before, so it's really just like a more of a theoretical problem for me. But yeah, like I've used keyboards for like 20 fucking years and I haven't really had ergonomic problems, which thank God, because you know if I had carpal tunnel, I would be so many sads. But yeah, the idea is to be more ergonomic. Person says, just imagine that I'm casually working while listening to the stream in the background and somebody starts explaining how he or she encodes the steps to how he or she showers. Yes. I'm so sorry, chat, that you had to hear my shower stories. Mr. Metabyte says, it's going to sound weird, but I think of memories as nodes in a graph, so the more nodes I can connect to and the more weight I give it, it's easier to remember. I see. Nerdy talk about showering, no problem. Michaela says, I've read that oversharing is another ADHD trait. I feel like this isn't oversharing. I feel like this is medium on topic-ish. Thought Judar says, the weirdest people are always the best people. Are you saying that I'm weird? Are you saying that I'm good? I don't know about either of those things. Not always, but most of the time, yeah, Parse. Metabyte says, I know personally my episodic memory is stronger than my semantic, so tying things together makes it easier to navigate. Makes sense. Hey, what's up, Chow Papaya? Welcome back. Hey, Juice. Juice says, I'm here. The party can start now. Don't watch the VOD, Juice. There are other things. No, it's fine. And what's up, Magnetic? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. JD Taylor says, I have the Ergodox. I love it. It's a great split keyboard. Nice. Parson says, you are too late. RKJ says, Anthony was roasting you earlier. Guys. You missed Anthony taking a shower. It's true. You guys did miss me taking a shower. We're talking about Anthony being a machine and showering. Please feel free to chip in. What did he say? We were just talking about credentials, and Corbob was asking me how I fell asleep on your stream last night. Hungry Hippo says, Anthony's first video on OnlyFans, how I shower. Catherine says, the keyboard prevents ulnar deviation. It's an unnatural hand position. I see. Did I miss a message? I'm not seeing a message. I'm not seeing the message that RKJ is replying to here. It just doesn't appear for me. But yeah. Roller says, oh, the fun is over. Juicebox is here. RKJ says, sorry, Anthony, gotta get my simp points. She says, I have my finger over the ban button. Do it, click it. Please no. Please no. Oh, how I literally cut my stream early because I thought you were mad at me. Yeah, so Corbob was asking about that. Oh my goodness, Michaela. Earlier says, don't ban Anthony Writes Code. This is his only income. It's kind of true, actually. Hey, what's up, the Alta 4? Hello, hello. I clearly came in at just the right time. Yes. You did just come at exactly the right time. We're definitely writing code today. Anyway, oh, I guess I should start this and show you what I have so far and what we're going to work on later today. Python 3-m pre-commit.ci dot app. No module. Oh, pre-commit.ci web. And this is going to error because we forgot to source our credentials. And I'm not gonna run env in this tab. Hey, what's up, James Wine? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Man, wine sounds good right now. It is afternoon, so I would feel not so bad about drinking wine. Oh, also we were talking about channel points. That's print. We want private tab. What is my IP address? Oh no, doxed! You guys now know my IP address. But anyway, this is the like crappy web app that I've been working on to, you know, that'll eventually become something that doesn't look like shit. But for now, I'm just trying to get the API set up here. All right, we need to log in with my other GitHub account to show you what I have so far. Let me grab that password from the manager. And yeah, so this is the login for pre-commit.ci dev. And the initial login doesn't require any permissions. It's just, you know, the standard OAuth login, which is identity verification and doing some basic API requests. And so you click authorize, and that'll redirect you to here. So now you can see that I'm logged in as Acetylic2, and this will allow me to add or install repositories. This is the thing that we're working on today because it doesn't actually work due to me not filling out all of the APIs stuff. But you can log out and log in, and this is actually like a very quick login, even though this goes through GitHub. You can also log out by using the disassociate from the application button. So if I revoke the OAuth permission here, my app actually receives a webhook when things are revoked, and that will automatically log out my user here. So that's what we have working so far. It's not much, but it is something. Simplex says, well, I've heard that girls on OnlyFans are making like 20,000 per month, so that's something to think about. Should I become a titty streamer, Simplex? Is that what you're trying to ask me? Is that what you're trying to get me to do? The Ultimate Force says, LMAO, what's up, bud? Oh, also, if you guys don't know, the Alt F4 is a streamer. Surprise, surprise. Of course, you guys know. You're like one of the most popular in the category. But yeah, it's going. We're gonna be working on this today. Drunk stream. You're drinking rosé, aren't you? I could get some rosé. This is just water, though. I'm almost out of water. When I finish this water, I will go get a glass of rosé. Does that sound good? Sound decent? Azafazes says, you aren't making your pricing page first? Weird. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do with pricing. I know the first version that I'm building, like the minimally viable product that I'm trying to get out the door first, is a free version. To, you know, get all those developers hooked on this good pre-commit juice. But yeah, I'm gonna build a free version first, and then build a paid version after that. The initial paid version is just gonna be like private repository support, probably more parallelism, and maybe some additional features. But I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with that yet. But building the free version is gonna, you know, I've got a lot to do still, so it's on its way. He says, I've been learning that HTML and CSS I can help out use divs. I do have some divs here. There's some divs going on. I also have my I got my Google Analytics hooked up. This is like, you know, easy one story point thingy thing going there. But I'm just like cheating and using Bootstrap right now, and like have like a very simple top shelf. This must be function. Oh, this is like there's an if statement here. That's why it's indented weird. But yeah, I'm gonna continue working on that eventually. But for now, it looks like garbage, and that's fine. Header yo. Person in fact calls me out on the header yo. Yes. Swiggy says, I like how you copied something random after pasting in your password. Is that forward thinking, or did I miss out on a leak? No, I have not leaked my password from the password manager copy and pasting yet. I have not made that mistake yet. That's mostly just forward thinking because sometimes I just paste random shit and who knows what happens. Hey, what's up, Shindo Sensei? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. Juice says, I never get bang SO. Alright, Juice. You can have your bang SO, but everyone knows you stream. That's why you're here. That's why you got the little wrench. The fancy wrench. RKJ says I can offer you $5 in seed funding. Oh man, getting that sweet VC money right there. Monetization, the one thing that engineers don't understand. It's true. It's true. We're really bad at the monetization part. But worst case, absolute like worst case is I build this thing and I never build a paid version. It's free forever, and I get a tool that I want to use for myself. Because I legitimately, like, a good chunk of this is I'm building this for myself. Because I want this feature set and this, like, tooling setup and such. But, you know, best case scenario is, like, maybe I make a few bucks off of it. I guess best case scenario is, like, somehow this makes enough money that I don't have to do anything else. But, Juice says, the Alt F4 stream is my new bottom bitch for sure, leagues above and honey. What? Hungry Hippo says, might be habit, I do it too. Yes, indeed. JD Taylor says, what tech stack are you using for this? So the plan for this, let's see if we have a little, do I have my... No, that's the other diagram. This one. So this is the kind of like very shitty Microsoft Paint asset diagram, or not asset diagram, architecture diagram. And the plan for this right now is, well, this is GitHub. I don't really control any parts of this. This web portion right here, I'm planning to implement this using Flask. Well, I'm currently implementing it using Flask. And the runner and builder portions are kind of like background tasks that need to run. I think I can do all of these parts, these three... Actually, I think I can do all 4 of these parts using AWS Lambda. And the little arrows here will end up being queues, so I'll probably use SQS for those. And I want to use Docker in these two, or at least the current iteration of the code that I have assumes a Docker container will be used as the runner and the builder portion. Although running Docker containers in Lambda is tricky, and I'm not sure that there's a good way to do that. Although there is now rootless Docker, which I do want to learn about, so I'm kind of forcing myself to learn about rootless Docker in order to try and implement this. But that's kind of the plan. So like stitch together with Lambda a little bit of you know, S3 for storage, Dynamo for my data store. And you know, locally I'll be working with SQLite and some other stuff. But that's the like rough sketch plan for how this is gonna fit together. For now, I'm just trying to get it running on my VM and like get that sort of working. And once I have it like working there, then I'll start moving over piece by piece into AWS infrastructure. But my main plan for this is to try and fit it into AWS free tier. So that is driving some of my tech decisions here. Like a lot of my data store actually fits better in a relational model, but I'm going to shoehorn it into Dynamo so that I can, you know, get that sweet free tier. But anyway, that's kind of the rough diagram and what's kind of going on there. Shindo Sensei says, hi, the Writes Code. I literally just installed Python last week and wrote my first line of code in a script. Nice! Awesome! It's good to hear. Simbugs didn't know that Juice streams. What? Hungry Hippo says, Juicebox Hero streams? I never knew because I've never seen a shoutout. Huh. The Elder Forest says, that's the best way to make software. Make it for yourself and you'll always have value. That's true. Kerviki says, G2 won. Now I can watch. Anthony, what is G2? That feels like something I should not Google. Is it like a Vigigame streams, if I had to guess? Alta4 says, that's why I build everything I use and drown in my sorrows because I also have to maintain it and have no life. Oof, that's rough, buddy. I'm sure it's not that bad. Hey, what's up? Paul's Modeling Company! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. That's a lot of caps, though, buddy. It's a lot of caps, though, Paul. And your modeling company. What are you modeling for? What are you modeling for? Hey, what's up, Kiwi Shock? Hello, hello. Docker containers and Lambda sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, it probably does. The other problem, though, is I don't want to deal with a moving target, which is the Lambda environment. So I'm gonna do a bunch of work there and see if it actually works out. Worst case, I build my own queue runner on like, a thing that watches SQS and like just uses EC2, and runs Docker containers that way. But if I can shoehorn it into Lambda, that's what I want to do. JD Taylor says, nice. I use Azure mostly, but that's because of work. I haven't learned AWS any. Probably should. Most open source seems to use a lot of AWS. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Neil Porter, wait, are you Neil from like fucking Lake Orion, like elementary, middle school Neil Porter? No fucking way! Holy shit! That's crazy. Oh man, I haven't talked to anyone in elementary or middle school in like a really long time, but welcome to the stream, Neil. Holy crap. How have you been? It's been a super long time. Oh man. Daily Taylor says, freeze best until you get an income for it, and then you can rewrite for whatever you want to use it that suits it best. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Luca Potin says, what keyboard is that? This is the Kinesis Freestyle Pro. It's, hashtag sponsored. This is a keyboard that Kinesis actually sent me for streaming. And you can check it out by doing bang keyboard and it'll show you that. Shino Sensei says, in the Rates Code, are there any fun apps related to Twitch extensions that we can build in Python? Well, you can always build a bot. There's all sorts of like web stuff that you can build with Python and stuff. I don't know, like my chatbot is actually written in Python. So this thing that shows up here, this is, if you do, I think it's bang bot? Bang bot? I don't actually remember. Yes, so you can actually check out the code for the Twitch bot here, but this is all actually from, written in Python, and I wrote it for my stream. Yes, it is the Kinesis. It's just fucking crazy that it's been what? You went to the same middle school, right? Yeah, so it's been, what year was middle school? 8th grade? So I would have been 13, so it would have been 2003? 2004? So it's been like 17 years. Oh my god. That's crazy. I don't know, we're old. It's so true. This actually is pretty adorable. You're right, Juice. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Super Keen? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Person says, fast, we need compromising materials now. I honestly don't remember all that much stuff from back then. It's been a long time. It's been a long ass time. Although I'm sure there was something embarrassing that I did that everyone remembers. Yeah, 15 to 17 years. It's been a while. Babby Anthony. Hey, what's up, Llama with Memory Loss? Welcome back. Hello. JD Taylor says, I use blank keybacks and a Dvorak layout. Oh. That's next level. Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing next. So the next thing that we're doing is we're clicking on this add/update installed repositories thing, and this is going to send us through another authorization flow. But in this case, we're picking which repositories are going to get hooked up with the CI system. And there's two options here. There's all repositories, or you individually select repos. This account only has one repository. I'll actually go and create more repositories. That's not the right user. Because we will need to test at some point multiple repositories. I did actually create an organization, but I don't know why it's not showing up there. I assume I'll have to do some other special work for doing that. Where's the green create repo button? It's supposed to be right there. Oh, there we go. Oops, it's no longer green. Okay. Demo 2. Done. I think I need to add a pre-commit config. Pre-commit sample config. Just slap this bad boy in there. Don't need that anymore. How do I create a new file? Create a new file, here we go. Pre-commit config.yaml. Is this gonna commit to a branch called main, or is it gonna still be called master? I thought GitHub was changing stuff there, but I'm not super sure about that. Oh, it's still called master. Okay, well, I guess I heard wrong about that. Hey, what's up, the Alt F4 stream? Thank you for following and subscribing. Really appreciate it. Check out Alt F4 stream. They also stream. Subscribed. Yes. You're making me feel old now. I'm sorry. We're all kind of old, right? Hey, what's up, JD Taylor? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Even though I've seen you around in chat a lot, you've been here for a while. We got a joke in the chat. Triumphantly, Beth removed Python 2.7 from her server in 2030. Finally, she said with glee, only to see the announcement for Python 4.4. Yeah, that's probably gonna be true. JD Taylor says, I'm IT originally, so a lot of the command line based stuff in Dvorak worked better. It helped that I was a finger pointer typist and never learned touch typing 100% until I touched the Dvorak layout. Oh, nice. And thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime, JD Taylor. Man, we're just getting sub after sub today. Nice. I really appreciate that. All the Force says, how are you always in my sidebar and we aren't following you? I guess I'm just popular. I don't know. No, sometimes people get me on the homepage, which is it's very strange for me. But I mean, thanks for the algorithm, Twitch. I'm Zamin says, you heard right, it'll roll soon. I am confused. Catherine says, oh, the master main thing. I think they're making it so you can choose the default branch name. Oh. I know you can change it after the fact, so you can go into... Where the fuck is the settings button? It used to be right here. Why did they move it? I see. Maybe my window is not thick enough. I see. Now it's on a little drop down. All right, GitHub, I see you. But yeah, you can go to branches and you can... Oh, once you have multiple branches, you can select drop down and change the default branch. But yeah, anyway, we don't actually need to do that. Did I make my commit? Did that thing happen? Yes. Okay, cool. So we have multiple repos. Wax Huvad says, perhaps they haven't had time to change it yet. I can imagine it is a lot of code to change. Yeah. You know, said master domain. Do that everywhere. Person says, I'm waiting for Python version 6.9 or Python 4.20. Hey. The Alta Force says dollar bills. Yes. I'm definitely paying those bills with Twitch money. Definitely don't have to pay rent. Oh my god, my rent is so expensive. Neil Porter says, I got sick of pharma, so I'm in L2 code now. Too bad all my classes are in Java. Nice. Is L2 code a, like, coding camp? Oh, nice. Cool. Well, good luck with learning. I think you have I mean, from what I remember, you have the right, like, mental, mindset for, you know, STEM-like stuff. So I think, like, you'll do well with learning this. And, I think you'll probably be pretty successful. But yeah, good to hear. Good to hear from you, man. It's been a real long time. Oh, not literally Alto code. Oh, okay, nice. You're going back to school. Cool, awesome. Luco. Oh man, I already said your name once. Why am I tripping up on this again. Oh, so JD Taylor, when you subscribe right now, Twitch is giving out Pride emotes. So they'll prompt you for a message when people subscribe, and it distributes random emotes to the rest of chat. Luco says, I've recently been hired as a junior developer. Whoop whoop whoop. But I'm worried about underperforming. I'm fairly slow with the tasks given to me as I'm using technologies I had never worked with before. Do you have any tips? Cheers. So as a junior developer, your primary goal should be learning stuff and like not worrying so much about, you know, performance, I guess. Now, of course, like you do want to like meet your goals and stuff, but I think your primary directive should be like working with your mentor to like learning how to get better at working on the stuff you're working on. And honestly, like a lot of advice that I have for junior developers is like spend time to invest in your workflows and like your tools and other stuff around there so that you can you know, you can build out code faster, like you can be more efficient with what you're working on. And yeah, I don't know, like stick with it. Like your primary goal should be learning, and like only after that like worrying about like actually delivering your stuff. But it can be very daunting to feel like you're underperforming. But you know, I would not worry so much about it. Juice said, RKJ says, bang still rent. Yeah, yep. Juice says, can we rename Master to Mooster, like a cow wearing a top hat and a monocle? I will sign this position. Yeah. It will be a disaster. Everyone will try to type monster instead of mooster. Yes. Hey, what's up, Tubeworm? Welcome back. Oh, that is a cool combination of the Pride emotes. And hello to you as well, Alex. Welcome back. Nerdy Log says, turns out my Windows license from eBay I got for $5 doesn't work. Rip the dream of using Windows and magically becoming as smart as Anthony. Yeah, I feel like a license key for $5 probably should have been your first tip off on that not being legit. Altiforce says, don't expect to know everything and expect to learn a lot. Agreed. Tuberb says, let tools nag at you and write something readable. Linux is free, bruh, it's true. Parsa says, mentors, my junior position was here. This the whole legacy shit code base of the company, start working, get to work. Yeah, that happens a lot too, unfortunately. J. Taylor says, can I also say, don't stick to just learning software development, learn infrastructure a little bit, like the basics of networking, the file system you work on, whether it's Linux, Macs, or Windows, and that sorts of things. It will help out. Yeah, honestly, I guess like the way that I learn is like I work on stuff, but I also like try and figure out all the other stuff around it, and I find that gives me a better overall look at how things fit together, and also, you know, I learn more of it that way. But yeah. IQEXZ says, who pays for Windows? Well, I paid for Windows, so me, I guess. Although I think I've only paid for Windows 3 or 4 times. It's more times than it should be. I probably spent like, you know, half a G on Windows, but you know, you can't ride that infinite upgrade train forever, because I've probably forgotten at some point or like built a new machine. Parsa says a lot of people have bought Windows because Microsoft's doing well. Yes. Alt 4 paid for Windows. Not like this. Snapshot is paid for Windows. I use it, but I don't pay. I see. Dr. Vem says, or Dr. Vem? Yeah, Dr. Vem says, looks like I'm waiting for 100,000 baddies. Someone has passed that. Someone's getting close. But yeah, you're looking out for that 24-hour stream. Man, that 24-hour stream is gonna be wild. I don't know how that's gonna happen. Altifor says, I needed Hyper-V. Come on, man. What were you using Hyper-V for? Although Is it your stream that has the virtualization software? Docker desktop. Oh yeah. I see. Skyver Pro says, my teammate, same experience, is quite new as she lacks depth. It's very hard to help her without being overly preachy. Sad part is she thinks I'm a nerd. Well, aren't we all nerds? That's kind of comes with the business, you know. 24-hour birthday stream. It is coming up, guys. I am getting older. It is now what, 8 days away? Let's see, today is the 27th. Next, yeah, in 8 days. I'm gonna, plus my age as things go. Yeah, we're building an open source cloud platform. Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. In Go, if I remember correctly. Is it Go? Man, I'm gonna look like an idiot if I'm wrong. You also can't run Portainer without Hyper-V. Oh, I see. Ditch Hyper-V and use Docker from a VM, then you can always use VirtualBox. That's what I do. It works well for me. I just unlocked Hyper-V on Windows Home. It's just a couple of flags you need to enable. I'm pretty sure it's probably illegal, but I just wanted to try it. It's probably fine. Hey, what's up, The Advocator? Hello. I feel like my recommendation for when you are new is just to chill out and take your time. Yo, Jake speaks the truth. Chill out. Yeah, so don't freak out and burn out like some of us have. Because there's no fun in being stressed about work. It's more for the development experience than anything else. Docker Desktop is just easy to develop with. I mean, I feel like Docker in a VM is pretty easy to go too. You just run your Docker run command and woohoo, it's Docker. But I don't know. To each their own. We all have our preferences. GD Taylor says, does WSL2 use Hyper-V? I don't think it does. You can run it with Hyper-V. I think it does use WSL2. I'm Zebin says, why don't you use WSL2? I think I covered this in a video. Did I cover this in a video? I forget if I talked about it in this video. God, I hope I covered it in this video, because I'm about to link you a video that may or may not have covered it. But I think it's covered in this video. I think, maybe. I'm not sure. But the TLDR is that it prevents me from using VirtualBox, and I also use other VMs that are not just Linux. And so it forced me into Hyper-V, then I couldn't use any of these. So that's why. RKJ says, I demand a drunk birthday stream. I'm actually going to be busy on my birthday weekend, so we could maybe do an after birthday stream on the 6th or the 7th, or the 8th, and we could do a drunk birthday streams. We could do that. Alt4 says, no, it's Rust. Kappa, yes, it's Go. Okay, I'm not wrong. Kiwi says, VMs are too slow. I'd use Linux if they weren't. This is fine. The only thing that's slightly laggy is minimizing windows, and then finding the window that I just minimized. That's the only graphics stuff I feel is the only slow part of my VM. Now, granted, it is slower than native performance. I have a 2015 Mac Mini that compiles Python faster than I can compile it here on 2019 modern hardware. But VM. So, I don't know, it works well enough for me. Juice says birthday streams are just free money, right? It's true, so I guess maybe I should do a birthday stream. But it won't be on my birthday, it'll be after my birthday. Because I'm busy. Is Docker Desktop more than just being able to run Docker? I use WSL2 now, so I don't need to use the VM like I did with Docker Desktop. Makes sense. Runs Linux kernel side by side. Yeah, it is basically a VM. It also has a built-in Kubernetes development environment. Yeah, that always struck me as weird that Docker bundled the the Kubernetes runtime into Docker Desktop, like that always struck me as kind of odd. I guess it makes sense because you kind of need the VM level orchestration to make stuff work there. I might put this up while I'm blabbing at chat because I'm just blabbing at chat right now. I guess it makes some sense. It just seems like it could have been an add-on instead of like, oh, you can get Docker for desktop that also comes with Kubernetes. Or as I like to pronounce it, Kubernetes, for no good fucking reason, just to be a derp. Hey, Mr. Piff, thank you for the subscription. Oh, I know who you are. I know who you are, Mr. Piff. Thank you for the sub, friend. It's good to see you. Altafor asks, do you do a lot of orchestration with Docker, though? I use Docker Compose a lot. I don't really. It's mostly just individual containers, and not so much orchestration. Mr. Piff says, Tony stream. Indeed, I am actually about to go grab some wine, because I'm out of water right now. So I will be right back in a bit, and I will see you guys then. All right, chat, I'm back, and we have some rosé. Ah, damn it, I forgot a wine glass. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm a dummy. I'll see you guys in a sec. Sorry. Sorry. All right, perfect. Now I'm 15 minutes behind on chat. I got myself a wine glass, ready to go. Oh, it smells so good. I can't see it on. Oh, you can see it on stream. I spilled a little bit already on myself when I was opening the bottle. Cause I'm a derp. But anyway, hello chat. Let's see. Is Anthony having a birthday rager? It's more like a party by myself kind of deal, ish. Oh, this is good. I like this. Hey, what's up, Avalbona? Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm 5 minutes behind on chat. I will catch up. But yes, it is a Tony stream now, Mr. Piff. Docker had Swarm, but then Google made something better, so they replaced it. Yeah, that's right. I remember Docker Swarm. Man, that shit was whack. Voidrose says, have you tried WSL on Windows? I have, but it breaks VirtualBox. Back when the orchestrator wars were happening, indeed. Choice, indeed, Mr. Piff. Choice. Kubernetes. Yeah, I mean, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. JD Taylor says, anyone here learned completely on stream? Like, learned something completely new on stream? I feel like I teach some stuff that's kind of newish every once in a while. Let's see. Some emotes from Mr. Piff subscribing. I've never really dug into Python. I want to use it for Django, but I don't know Django, so thought about using Stream to hold myself accountable. So I haven't used Django in 8-ish years now, but I don't know. It's a good it's a good web framer. You're getting a class, amateur, just use the bottle. Yes, it is fancy rosé Juicebox Hero. It was actually supplied by Juicebox Hero. When she brought over some baked goods, she also brought me a bottle of wine. Trying to juice me up there, aren't you? but thank you, Juicebox Hero. JD Taylor says, that's cool, I might do that. I have an application at work that's mostly CRUD, and I hear Django is good for CRUD applications. Yeah, it comes with a built-in ORM, and it gets the job done there. Dr. Ben says, Django works great for CRUD apps. The app I'm working on is just huge, to say the least. What's the only reason I went away from Django? Streaming is also a really good way of keeping yourself accountable. Makes sense. I actually, honestly, one of the reasons that I started streaming was I wanted a space where I could sit down and like kind of put myself in the zone and make sure that I would, I would write some code during some chunk of time. Although, as you guys now know, I don't get that much code done on stream anymore because I spend most of the time conversing with you guys and having a good time. Hey, what's up, Yablaka? Sorry I missed your follow notification. I was off grabbing some rosé, but thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Like for example, last stream, although we wrote 0 lines of code, I found the bug in my program, which was great. But I wrote 0 lines of code last stream, so that was a mess. RKJ says, I thought I knew Python until I started watching this stream. Oh no. Avalbona says, what is the playlist you're listening to? It is linked in the description, but I will link you the current position, just right here. Juice says, sorry, what? Are you making things up? Slandering my good name? Why would that be slandering your good name? It was just the compliments. JD Taylor says, I thought I knew a lot of things, but then I came on Twitch to watch people, and boy, was I mistaken. Hey, what's up, Taskful? Welcome back. RKJ says, I think that ship has sailed. JD Taylor says, you do rosé and wine? I do coffee and Baileys. So I don't drink coffee, but I do really like Baileys. Baileys is some good shit. Some good shit. Okay. Let's actually work on the thing that I want to work on, which is this... What the fuck? Where did that window go? Oh, it's here. Hey, what's up, Gabriella Smart Endal? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day's going well. But yeah, so this is what we're working on today, which is the actual repository installation part. And so what this is going to do, pre-commit.ci app.py, what this is going to do is we're going to get a payload. Where's the not implemented code? Oh, Hey, thank you, the Advocator, for subscribing at tier 1. Appreciate it. You really don't have to, Jake, friend. You really don't have to. But thank you. I guess now you have the emotes. Juice says, because I make fun of you for drinking rosé like constantly. You do make fun of me all the time for drinking rosé. But it's so good. It's so good. Taskle says, well, first Gabriella says, thank you, indeed. Runeshim says, boy, you are backwards. What am I backwards about? I think I'm forward. What are we being backwards or forwards about? Taskle says, after using the split keyboard, do you think it's better than regular? It's different. I don't know that it's better for me, but it's different. It definitely has made me not cheat at typing as much, because I very much did lots of crossing over between keys. Like I try and type the Y key all the time, and there is definitely no Y key right here, but it doesn't stop me from reaching for it all the time. But if you want to talk keyboards, the Advocator is a keyboard master and like really likes keyboards, so they're the person to talk to. The Navigator says, no, I meant to do it, and then I fell down a rabbit hole of needing to verify an account and forgot. Oh, I see. Nice. Sarcastic Dante says, do you have Silverhand, though? I do not have that emote. I don't know where you got that one from. Hey, what's up, Valbona? Thank you for the follow. Or, no, this is not a follow. This is a subscription. Thank you for the subscription, friend. Appreciate it. With Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime subs are free. I'm such a terrible streamer. Let's see. Nutel says, hey, what's coding? Good question. What is coding today? We're going to be working on this API callback, which I believe it might actually call through here. Yeah, this is one of the callbacks, but we're also going to be looking at the login callback. Where the fuck is it? This one, the auth callback. Because we need to do some additional work so that the UI shows up properly. So what happens here is kind of an annoying, oh my goodness, why am I having trouble typing MS Paint? Kind of an annoying flow here. So draw some boxes. This is like GitHub. And this is my server. This is pre-commit.ci, and so what happens here is to authorize repos, and like we'll imagine this is the user. So to authorize, brushy, we'll use screen. Okay, so to do a login, first you go to this website. This is green is for login. Green is login. And pre-commit.ci will send you to GitHub. Brush. Send you to GitHub. We'll go through that auth flow, and that will send us back to this auth endpoint. AUTH, something like that. I should probably write that out with text. Auth. And so that's how the authorization flows, and GitHub doesn't issue any other webhooks as part of that. So that's the login flow. The add repositories flow is that there's actually two different ways that you can enter it. I'm going to talk about the normal-ish one first. So that'll be, let's use orange. Hopefully that's not too color bad. Add repos. So this actually goes through two different ways. The orange actually goes through the exact same route as the green route. So you'll see like this exact same flow happens. and it actually goes to /auth as well. So everything for logging in and for adding repos goes through auth. But then GitHub, after the fact, comes along and hits the webhook endpoint. And this is where we actually know which repositories that the user had configured. So, and this happens after they've hit this auth endpoint. So unfortunately, there's kind of like a little bit of a race condition here, where GitHub tells us, hey, you've been authenticated with repos, but we're not going to tell you which ones. And then later it tells you what the repos are. So what we're going to do to make the UI less shit. So right now what happens, let me show you what happens in the UI right now. So let's say that we just select all repositories and authorize that. It takes us to this, and it, we don't list any of the repositories here. And it did actually call us with the webhook here. You can see this is our webhook callback. And we have a bug in our code. I had started to implement this, but hadn't finished it yet. But we get a webhook callback after the fact, and we don't display anything initially here. But I think a better user experience would be, as a result of the auth callback, we can list all the organizations at least. Maybe not all the repositories, because that could potentially be super expensive. But I think like on the order of tens of organizations are going to be hooked up to an individual account, and so we don't have to really worry about that. But we can kind of fake it in this UI a little bit, and hopefully cover that. So that's what I want to work on right now. Tubeworm says, "What is rosé even?" It is white wine, but they make it with the skins in. Well, if it's true rosé. So there's two types of rosé. There's true rosé, and then there's blend rosé. Blend rosé is like why rosé is like shit on and like people frown upon it. Blend rosé, they take a red and a white wine and they mix them. But true rosé is like a white wine, but it's stays in the skins for longer, and so it gets a little bit of a color to it. But yeah. JD Taylor says, just curious, do you use dual boot? On some of my machines I do. I actually addressed this in the video that I linked a little bit earlier. He uses VirtualBox like a peasant. It's true, Tubeworm. I do also use VirtualBox. That's a question for Anthony. Indeed. Tubeworm says, I use Arch, by the way. We found the Arch user, guys. Again. Lucas says, I AFK'd for 5 minutes and he's using MS Paint on Ubuntu. How did you do that? Spoilers, I'm not actually running Ubuntu. I'm a VirtualBox peasant, as Tubeworm says. But yeah, it's VMs. Tesco says, for me, I use a VM too. It's easier for me because I'm newbie still. I mean, you gotta be somewhat advanced to be able to use a virtual machine. It's a little bit of work. You're a KDE environment as well, Tubeworm. I've heard good things about KDE. I've never used it myself, though. I guess I used it once a really long time ago on like a live CD that I was just trying out. It was fine. Got the job done. Look at dual booting. The Navigator says, no, that's an orange wine. So the color balance is not the best on here, but it's not actually... Oh, it is actually pretty orange. Okay, fair. Fair. But, oh, it tastes so good, though. It's real good. JD Taylor says, I would never recommend dual boot for a first-time user. That's wine with extra steps, yeah. Apple Bonus says, Anthony explains idea how auth 2 works, but I'm 5. That is actually a good video idea. Auth 2 explanation. Honestly, I would probably... Explanation, yeah. Honestly, I would actually probably need to do a little bit more research on OAuth 2 because I'm not sure that I completely understand how it works. But I kind of have a grasp of it a little bit. Arkin J says, Arch is a boomer OS. A boomer OS. Alex says, how do you find an Arch user? Easy, they'll just tell you. Computer Fueled says, I've had issues with VMs cooperating with my Ryzen CPU. Look guys, this guy has Ryzen. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. It's fine. Ryzen's a good chipset. I'm unfortunately an Intel person myself. I've like always made Intel computers for whatever reason. Intel, Nvidia, and Samsung for SSDs, and Western Digital for spinning media. But that's how I set things up, unfortunately. Tuberm says they don't make Linuxes like they used to. Sip. Just wait for a few minutes and they'll tell you it's true. Navigator says, oh, Rosé has short skin contact, Orange has long skin contact. So it's possible. Possible. I don't know. It's possible that this is Orange. I don't know. It's Coder's Life says, hey there, one question, since you were a tech lead at Lyft, how important is data structures and algorithms from an interviewer point of view? Oh, interviewing is such bullshit. Unfortunately, I think data structures is way more important, in my opinion, than algorithms in interviewing. Mostly because you're going to use data structures to implement algorithms. I think like you don't necessarily need to know all of the algorithms all the time, but like knowing some like basics, like how to traverse a tree, how to bisect a thing, or like when you should use bisection, like when sorting is useful, that sort of deal, and like kind of know that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like interviewing is like get lucky on being able to answer a question that may or may not actually, well, probably doesn't tell you how good of an engineer you'll actually be. And like, be a nice person besides that. The other thing, like how Lyft did interviewing, is the leak code codish like problems were only one part of the interview. Like, of course, they're part of the phone screen, so if you don't do well in the first one, like, you don't actually get to the part where you could demonstrate additional, knowledge and other stuff as part of the on-site interview. But on the on-site interview, Lyft had this other type of interview called design and architecture, which a lot of other companies do as well, where it's basically like, here's some, abstract problem, like, design a hotel, or like, make a donation website or things like that, and you would build out a solution to that problem, but like designing it using blob diagrams on a whiteboard, and like talk about what technologies you would use. I mean, kind of similar to how I was like well, not that one, where is the other one, kind of similar to how when I was talking about this diagram earlier, and I was like, well, yeah, I could use Lambda for this part, and like kind of wanted Docker containers here, and like my storage would be this, and etc. Cron for this thing, and talking about how all of those pieces fit together. And like I feel like those types of interviews are a little bit better about gauging knowledge and like knowing like how you're gonna, does this person know about logging? Are they gonna implement a monitoring system? Is there gonna be service discovery? Like, are they worrying about mesh? Are they worrying about API surface? Or like, how are they gonna handle security for this? Like things like that. And so of course there's going to be some of those bullshit algorithms interviews, but hopefully you'll get through to the better, knowledge demonstration interview types. Hey, what's up? It's Coder's Life. Thank you for the follow. And Farils, though, thank you as well for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. Avalbona says, nice! Nice! Way to be a CPU elitist, says Alt F4. I'm not an elitist, I just have preferences. Thank you, Neil Porter, for following. It's still crazy to me that, all this time that you found my stream after these like 15 years that I haven't seen you, but again, appreciate you being here. Hey, what's up, Loca Rogue? Thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the stream. Dubert says all CPUs are valid except ARM. They can't name their shit. Yes. And then he explains why. And yeah, that's gonna be my new stream. And today we're sampling a rosé. This is an Old vine rosé. It's a very fine. It seems that the skins have been steeped for a little bit longer than a typical rosé because it has this nice orange color that you can see through the glass. Just being a fucking weirdo now. Look around says depends. Companies like Google might be more algorithm heavy. We do more design / data structure, like real life stuff. Yeah, I guess that's similar to what I was explaining. Parsa says the folks at Okta have really good talks about OAuth. This is their YouTube channel. Oh, nice. Look for the longer videos around 1 hour. Nice. Hey, what's up? I'm a noob. That's how I'm gonna pronounce your name. You can't convince me it's something else, but thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I mean, you probably can. What are some of the most versatile design patterns? Honestly, whenever I come into a design and architecture problem, I usually try and steer it in a particular direction. Hey, what's up, E. Perry? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What I usually try and do, and this is a little bit cheesy, but I usually start with like load balancer and then service tier and like scale the service tier horizontally. And usually I can manipulate the interviewer into talking about service discovery or data store replication or eventual consistency from queue-based structures. And usually I can just hijack the rest of the interview and just like talk about those things and not actually design the problem. So I usually end up doing that. But I think like most diagrams can be built into like, you know, and if you're preparing for a design and architecture interview, the things that I would suggest knowing really well is like knowing one relational store, know that know its limitations, know how you would apply it. Know a key value store, again, know its limitations, know how you would apply it. Understand consistent hashing and like how key value stores tend to work. I guess when you're talking about relational stores, also know about like replication and like data partitioning and like, you know, most models for relational stores, or at least most models where you're dealing with a data store, will either fit into like high write or high read. And so know how to build both of those types of things. For high read, which is like honestly what I'm good at and what most of the stuff that I do, you can often get away with like a single primary and lots of replicas and like, you know, you do all of your writes to your primary and you federate out those changes to all of your replicas and you send reads to your replicas, and like you can have dirty session support, so like you know, trick a client to, if it's done a write, like hit the primary for some amount of time and like kind of sticky the session to that, and like build a model around that. I would also suggest knowing like a particular queuing implementation, so something like Kafka, and like know how that works and like what you might use it for, and like how you could write an aggregator to take like an absurd number of writes and build a, you know, eventually consistent store. What else to know? Know at least one service discovery mechanism, so things like Envoy or like Synapse HA proxy. Like know how to build a, you know, a rough diagram of a service discovery. Know a little bit about web security and like how you would, you know, defend against that. I actually wrote up, oddly enough, I wrote up a like topics that everyone should know for interviewing for a web job. I wrote this up in like 2015, and looking back on it, like I think the document is still pretty relevant. I'll probably share it out at some point. But the interesting thing is like how some of my mentality on this stuff has shifted a lot. Like that document was largely aimed at like junior to intermediate developers, and so like it had very like, you know, these are the bucket list of things that you should learn, and like these are the technologies you should know and like how they work and all that stuff. And like I think as I've like moved, I don't want to say like moved up, but I have like moved up, but like as I'm looking more broadly, a lot of those individual technology things are just like second nature and like not really stuff that I think about or worry about, and I'm thinking more about like scalability and other shit like that. But I don't know, I'll probably clean up that list and share it out at some point. But actually, let me see if I can find it first off. I'm not 100% certain that the list still exists. Let's see, Drive. This is a risky click. Do I actually want to open up Drive? It's not going to be in this account. Let's do this off screen. just in case. copy of web dev topics. That sounds like a thing. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is a list that I made in February of 2015, and it was like, oh right, Zoom doesn't work that way in Google Drive. Fit. That changed nothing. That changed literally nothing. 200, sure. So these are like topics that I thought were important at the time, and you know, some of them have changed a little bit. Actually, I can probably share anyone with the link. Okay, so I'll just share this in chat and you can check that out. But this was like my ideas of like how someone should, oh, there's actually like a lot of good stuff in here. What is this comment? What did somebody have to say about the word important? They aren't less important, they just have to cover a different sort of thing. That's true. That's true. Holy shit, there's like actually a lot of good shit in this document. But wow, I was thinking about bytes and text way back then and virtualenv. Be able to do fizzbuzz. I should really just like turn all of these into videos. This actually sounds like something that I could do. Oh, this is some like JavaScript specific stuff. Why you should go to MDN, the second Google result for all JavaScript topics instead of W3 schools, the first result. Is Juice still here? Is Juice still here? Juice is still here. I was salty about W3 schools in 2015. Amazing. Anyway, I don't know like how like not all of this is relevant now, but I'm sure like some of this is still pretty good. But anyway, that was what I thought was important way back when. Last edit was made seconds ago. Wait, do you guys have edit on this? Did I fuck this up? Anyone in the link can comment. Let's give not comment. Let's give view. Yeah. Did you guys make comments, or did I get it fast enough? Okay, I think I got it fast enough. But anyway, I thought this was important at some point in time, but oh boy, and I'm behind on chat again. 8 minutes behind on chat. Didsa says, why did you leave Lyft? I was laid off. I did not leave by choice. Hey, what's up, Neckler? Hello, hello. Welcome back, friends. Locarogue says, what CPU are you latest about? Better be AMD. I'm an Intel boy. I'm sorry. I know the AMD processors are better now. I know I'm wrong. I'm okay being wrong. Amanoob says, that's how it's pronounced? Nice. Neil Porter says, I don't even remember how I found this. I think I was trawling LinkedIn to see where all the CS kids I graduated with landed or something. Nice. Yeah, it's like super wild that you ended up on my stream. Like, I'm amazed. It's like both like a big world and a small world sometimes. Tuprum says, do you know any good materials about big boy architectures like that? Not exactly. RoboDemi says, could you paste again? Okay, the endless server got me. Nice. Juice says, I just click whatever appears first, my dude. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okay, I think my database is fucked here, so I'm actually gonna reset everything. Which involves logging out and revoking this and deleting this. So unfortunately I gotta go through all of this stuff every time I want to test this, which is a lot of clicking. I should really set up some Selenium tests to do this automatically, which would be nice. Deleted. This is an action that we need to handle as well. But yeah, I'm gonna put some breakpoints in this off callback and in the unknown callback, and this will give us some stuff about which things we need to implement, and we'll go from there. Oh, we need to delete the database because it has the wrong schema. In reality, I would do schema migrations, but since this is like not actually a built application, we're, you know, I'm okay just like, oh, well, we'll just fucking blow away the database. You know, what could go wrong? Oh, look at you guys trying to fuck with my shit. I see you. I see you guys here. Unless this is like China. Is this China? Oh, no. IP2 location. I mean, it's possible you guys are in China too. 67. Well, that's in the US. It's in Virginia. At Comcast, so it's definitely one of you guys. It's definitely one of you guys. What are you guys trying to do? Trying to break my Nginx? I see you. But fortunately, you got a 400. Mzabin says, if you can write Selenium scripts right now, that would be an amazing stream, IMO. So I spent a lot of time in college, or not in college, at my first job, college. I spent a lot of time at my first job writing Selenium tests, so, problem with writing a Selenium test for this is I would show you my creds. I don't want to do that. But I actually, so the way my thumbnails work for my YouTube videos, which if you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should check it out. It is youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, where I upload educational content similar to the questions that I answer in chat, as well as my previous streams and some other FAQ-like content there. So you can check that out. That's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode. But I actually generate my thumbnails using Selenium. So, for example, I make HTML for my actual thumbnails, and if we open these up, you can see like this is my thumbnail. It's somewhat responsive. I haven't like completely made it fully responsive, but this is the thumbnail that I just made a YouTube video for, and I have this little Selenium script, and what it does is it takes the HTML file and it takes the particular size that I want to render it at, and so YouTube suggests 720p thumbnails, which is a little bit dated and weird. Like, I don't know why they do that, but that's YouTube for you. And it starts a WebDriver, opens up that thing, makes a pop-up window at the particular size that I need. This is so that I can screenshot it exactly the size that I want. It does some little window juggling to grab the right window, sleeps so that I can look at it and see what it looks like, and then takes a screenshot, and then I use that screenshot for YouTube. And this is what it looks like when it runs. Like, no hands touching here. I'm not touching the browser at all. It's just going to open this browser for me automatically. This is where I like look at it and make sure it looks good, and then it saves the screenshot, which is pretty nice. But it's a little bit jank because I need to like manually arrange stuff sometimes, but it works pretty well. But yeah, I will do a stream at some point, IamZeb, where I do write Selenium tests for this. The thing is, like, I'm still kind of in the prototyping phase where I'm not super sure what my web app is going to look like, and so I'm going to need more. I want it to be more finalized before I start writing tests against it. Then again, like, it would save me a bunch of time probably, because you'll see me click through these flows a million times, and I'll be doing a lot of clicky clicks. Tubrum says, West Virginia! Oh, man. Brinsel says, did you write it in HTML so you can script the thumbnails? Yes, that is exactly why I wrote it in HTML. The original thumbnails that I did them in Paint, and so this was like a way to slightly automate them. Tuberm says, I thought your document would teach me about envoys, synapses, and Kafka's paper hands. To be completely honest, I didn't know about any of those three things when I wrote the document. Yeah. So it's more like I didn't know about them to document them in that document than anything else. Zeb says, maybe you should try using Vim. The thumbnail shit is nice though. So I actually wrote my own text editor, which you can check out at github.com/acetili/babby. So if you see my when I type nano, it's not actually nano. It is Babby, which is my own text editor, and it does have some Vim-like features. So like if we, you know, visual mode and like sort things, like it kind of, you know, there are some Vim things. You can also, you know, that's not actually a Vim command, but it is like a command in here where you can oops, you know, set the tab size. So I could do 2 space indents if we're heathens. No, 2 space indents are fine. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I do know how to use Vim. I just don't use Vim that much. Hey, what's up, Tom Talks? Hello, hello. Oh God, here we go again. Yeah. He's talking about his text editor again. I actually did make a video of this so that we don't need this anymore. I did put this together in a video because people ask about my text editor all the time. So you can check out like why I created it and what it's all about and such. What is your text editor and why is it not Vim? Indeed. Hey, what's up, Unstable Blunder? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Voidrose says, did you manage to fix the bugs in Babby you were working on before? I did not. But it sounds like the maintainer of the regex library that I'm using will be fixing them for me in a way. Oniguru ma. So I made an issue yesterday about the particular bug that we were running into that I spent all of last stream figuring out, not fixing. And it seems like they will probably be adding 2 new options for me, which will make this perfect. Like, this will be exactly what I need to fix this bug, which I'm super excited about. But we'll see when that shows up. Yes, and Sarcastic Dante with Anthony's opinions on Vim. Hold on. No. Vim's just wrong. Can you guys hear that? Let me pause this so you guys can hear it. No. Vim's just wrong. Vim is just wrong. Look at how short my hair was there. No. Vim's just wrong. When was this clipped? Is there no, like, date stamp? I could report the clip. That's not what I want to do. Why does it not show me when this clip was? Juice, how do I find when this clip existed? When was this from? What is this clip? Did I say daddy on stream? Sarcastic Dante is my daddy. You guys do have that little... Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Juice. You can't say that. Boogie says, what do you think of the GitHub redesign? I think most of it's fine. I think moving things further apart is not the best. I don't really like some parts of it, but I don't know. It's mostly the same, I guess. Like, I'll get used to it and it won't be a problem. There's like one thing that I really don't like, which is when you open a repository in the small responsive view, code is collapsed by default. I fucking hate this. I really don't like that. I wish that got fixed, but... Imzub says, I had one major doubt. Somebody probably asked this before, but isn't it a little slow because it's built on Python? I actually addressed this in the video, if you check out the video. But I will show you the very slowest thing that I can do in the text editor, and hopefully will assure you that it is not a problem. Actually, I'll show you the slowest thing in the text editor that I know how to fix. Because this is actually still a performance problem. This is the only performance problem so far. And if I do Control End, did you see how it lagged a little bit to render that? That is the slowest thing that can happen, and that is because it needs to highlight the entire file to highlight to the end, due to the way that highlighting works. But other than that, it's fast enough. I actually do have some performance logging to show me which parts are slow or whatever, and Yeah, I've used that to do some performance fixes there. Also, if it gets actually slow, I can just switch to PyPy and then it'll be super speedy. Python is fast, yes. Daddy? Daddy? What if the file is too large? Yeah, this is like kind of an example of that. So it spent about 400 milliseconds rendering this. That's what this stream is about. It's about Daddy? Is that what this stream is about? Twoworm says, same thing when the file is too large in your fancy Rust editor, you make it smart. Indeed. Juicebox0 says, it's so weird. I've seen like 5 subs, and yet the color is still high and tight. I haven't seen any GIF subs, Juice. I think that's what makes it happen, right? That's where the buttons come. Voidrose says, how's the speed compared to Vim? It should be, you know, roughly on par, like maybe a few microseconds slower, but like the microseconds don't really matter when the human can only really perceive a 20 millisecond delay, and it's, you know, it's 1 millisecond per paint. And right now I've done almost no performance optimization. Every character that I press, even the arrow keys, like these are doing a full repaint of the screen. Like a full complete repaint of the screen. And like there's not noticeable lag, so presumably, like if I got to the point where you know, it's a problem, then I would go through it and do that. But yeah, it's fast enough, and like I use it as my primary editor, and it works great. Necknode says Gnome guy, eh? I mean, I do use Gnome, but just because it's the default, and like I'm like not too what's the word, invested in doing too many modifications to my environment. That said, I am running a custom terminal. Well, it's just GNOME terminal, but it does have one modification. Terminal broken. I do apply one patch. Oh, this is stupid fucking thing. I do apply one patch to enable tab tearing, because it's turned off because it can result in a crash. I'm not going to demo the crash, because it's not as easily reproducible anymore. But I like this feature, so I recompiled that back into my particular version of GNOME terminal. You can see that I'm running 3.36.1.1-1 Ubuntu 1 plus Acetyl 1. So it's my own custom build of that. I don't want GIF sub says I'm here anyway. Yes, well, I mean, my buttons are high and tight today, Juice. So what's going on with that? Tubert says you're pretty good at this Canboy stuff, Anthony. How about a private session? You'll have to subscribe to my OnlyFans, Tubeworm. God damn it. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna go there. Juice says I feel like I'm being scammed. I didn't say that you specifically had to gift subs to lose buttons, but if that's what you want to interpret it as. Noxique says I would sub to OnlyFans. How about for that secret Snapchat? I don't have Snapchat. Actually, maybe I do have Snapchat. Do I have Snapchat? Let's see. Let's see if I have Snapchat. Search phone. I think I installed it at some point, and then it was just like, oh, my ex-girlfriend, and I was not interested in that. Snapchat. Okay, I don't have Snapchat installed. But yeah. Tom Talk says I'm just holding out for that Anthony bathwater. I do have a bathtub, so I could get you that bathwater, Tom Talks. I mean, if that's what you're into, you know, drink some of that Anthony Writes Code bathwater. What the fuck, man? Oh shit. Tubeworm says, sure you don't have Snapchat. How much? SaulGD says, hello, free emotes. Indeed. You've saved up your channel points for that. Hello. What the fuck was I working on? What am I actually doing? Private sessions in Snapchat. Hey, what's up, C Complex? Hello, hello. We've fallen into a hole. Do you have Tinder, though? I do have Tinder. I do indeed. C Complex says, I don't want to interrupt, though. Ever thought about giving IRL coding course to a group or to be an instructor in a bootcamp? I have thought about that. I have thought about doing that. I actually really enjoy teaching. The last time I had an opportunity to do teaching that was not like YouTube type comment was in college, where I taught intro to programming, and I was a instructional aid, which you're supposed to only have one discussion section, but I ran 3 of them, and I occasionally took over for the professor to do lectures. I don't know why I just like completely lost that word there. But yeah, I did do a lot of teaching then. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The problem with teaching is it doesn't make money. And unfortunately, money kind of drives the world, unfortunately. That said, I stream on Twitch, so like I'm not really making that much money. Sorry, give me a sec, guys. I'm just addressing important things. Was the stream as thirsty before I started watching? No. I think you brought the thirst juice. I think this was your fault. Yes, we were just quiet. They were like, oh, if staff is thirsty, we can all be thirsty. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Kukli? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. RKJ says Tinder is the absolute worst. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Honestly, most of my shitty Tinder dates ended up being like, we would go to a coffee shop, and then girl would try and pitch me on her fucking startup idea. This happened to me like 4 or 5 times. It's like, would you be my technical co-founder? I don't want to hook up, but would you want to be my technical co-founder? And I'm like, fuck. I don't give a shit about your fucking fashion startup. No one cares. No one's going to do that. Go away. Why did you lure me to this fucking... Oh, man. The Bay Area, man. Fucking sucks. But anyway. Zoller says, interested in doing mom programming on stream. Anthony, teach a Python wannabe. What does that mean? What is mom programming? Hey, what's up, Brunsell? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. C Complex says, but because it's quite apparent that you're not only extremely skilled at coding, but at explaining as well. Whenever I see these weekend coding courses for companies, they charge like $2,000 per participant. Sounds like money. Ooh. That sounds like something I could do. Tubworm says, girls only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. Oh, that's such a good meme. Hungry Hippo says, yeah, but he couldn't drink wine while programming. Yeah, I think that would maybe a little bit frowned upon. Hello, boys and girls, welcome to class. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna take a sip here. And now we're gonna talk about Python. Do you guys want to learn decorators today? Because I've got my wine. We're ready to go. Fuck. If everyone is allowed to drink, I imagine it'd be fine. That's fair. Did you implement their backend, Kappa? No, I've actually never hooked up with anyone on Tinder. That doesn't happen. Computer Fueled, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Boner Feast says girls only want Series A funding. Gross. You might be onto something. Drinking code sounds like a new type of boot camp. That might be fun. Zoller says mom is probably a strong word for 2 people. It's usually a team effort where you have a team who writes code simultaneously, typically on the same screen. Oh, so like pair programming. I see. I see. I see. I see. But yeah, pair programming is probably what I know more about that. Hey, what's up, Isa RL, who says, "What the fuck is this complex coding? This is kind of shit you see in hacker films." Let's pretend that I've actually written some code today. Oh, that was not what I wanted to click on. Oh boy, thank you, Sarcastic Dante. Oh, are you talking about my keyboard? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, let's actually try and get this working. We have our breakpoint set. Hopefully, if I click this button, this will drop us into a breakpoint here. And we actually want to make a API request to list our installations, but we don't care about it here yet because we don't actually have any. GitHub API. Watch it in full? Watch it in full with the sound on. This is some risky shit, man. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Cyphertext says, is that the Kinesis Freestyle 2? No, this is the Freestyle Pro, which is very similar to the Freestyle 2. Are you on the new Ubuntu LTS? Is it any better? Things are all slightly different. It seems a little bit snappier, just a little bit snappier. But for the most part, it's about the same. Hey, what's up, Brulin? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I guess one thing that's better is it ships with Python 3.8 instead of Python 3.6 or Python 3.5 if you're on Xenial. But no one wants to be on Xenial. You didn't watch the whole thing? Watch the whole thing with sound. Don't you trust me, daddy, says Sarcastic Dante. It's legit safe. It starts with condoms. How can it be safe? I don't want to get banned. There's Steph in the chat. And she already thinks critically of me. List. Accessible. Yeah, this is what we want. This is exactly what we want. Oh, that's nice. It lists login for orgs? It's weird. But actually, this is why I built some paginated API stuff. GitHub. API list installations, access tokens, stir to response. It's safe to watch. Juice has promised me that it's safe to watch. Okay, we will watch it then, Sarcastic Dante, with the sound on.
A visit. I'm definitely gonna need some of these motherfuckers right here. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, my girl's coming to visit. I'm definitely gonna need some of these motherfuckers right here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm glad I watched this after all. It's funny you say that because I'm actually out of headache medicine right now. But yeah, anyway, that's completely unrelated. Isa RL says, if I wanted to start coding, how would I start? I know a decent bit of Python, HTML, and CSS, and got an A star at GCSE for CS. I don't know what that means. But funny you should say that. I actually uploaded a YouTube video directly about this right before the stream, which you can check out here. Which talks a little bit about getting started with programming and my advice into like how to expand your knowledge and how to like learn new things. A-star is a UK grade system. Oh, okay, I see. Nice. Trust the chat, bruh. All right. Well, I'm trusting Staff at least. I trust Juice. I trust Juice. I trust her. Dark AJ says, "Did you take it all before Juice came over?" No. That's not why I took headache medicine. Hey, what's up, Isa RL? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I took headache medicine because I had a headache. Which I rarely get headaches. I get headaches like probably once every 6 months or so. Although I've had a lot recently. I think it's because I'm like stressed the fuck out about the world burning and not being employed and like not finishing my projects and stuff. But yeah. Juice says, "Oh shit, Anthony's girl is coming over." I wish she would come over. Hungry Hungry says, "I guess Chad has given Anthony trust issues." Well, let me show you why I have trust issues, friendos. And the reason I have trust issues is because of Andrew Lane X. Let's see, clips all time. What is going on here? This one. Top 5 clips. Andrew Lane says, "Have you seen?" Can you guys hear this? Shorthand properties for border properties. I don't know that you can hear it, so I will just paste it in the chat. What the fuck? But I got rickrolled because of Andrew Lane X pasting a link in chat. Did you do that? And I was very confused. I was so confused. But trust chat and IP tables. Ooh, I don't know if I would trust IP tables. Issa says, "Wow, you're a lifesaver. I'll have a look at that. Thanks. Awesome." Tuber says, "Is your headache medicine compatible with wine?" Maybe my headache medicine is wine. Maybe. Hungry Hungry says, "Wait, is that why you passed out while watching Juice's stream?" I was tired. I fell asleep. Great, now we'll also be rickrolled. Yeah, you guys all just got rickrolled. Get wrecked, nerds. Okay. Let's write some code. This is going to be a GET request to the GitHub API. What is the endpoint? It is user installations and headers equals U2S headers. Why has the music stopped? Oh, it's just quiet. I see. That's not nice, sarcastic Dante. Juice is very entertaining. I was just extremely tired. We want get all. Get all instead of rec. And I don't remember what these look like, so we'll set a breakpoint there. And we need to modify the app. Are you guys proud of me? I'm writing code this stream. Like never fucking happens. Installations equals API list installations GitHub API dot that with access token. All right, we'll see what happens here. Sarcastic Dante says, "I have no clue when she streams. Seems like I'm always missing it." Juice doesn't have a schedule, so she just kind of streams every once in a while. She streamed really late in Pacific time last night. I guess it wasn't really that late. I just fell asleep early. But are you gonna stream later today, Juice? Is that gonna happen? Are you gonna stream today? I hope she streams later. I'm gonna stream in like an hour. There you go then. Hopefully you'll be able to catch that one. Parsa says, "Also from my personal experiments, I know that if you drink more water..." Oh boy, I just glanced at the end of the sentence. "And you still have headaches, this means you need to slow down with the number of masturbations per week." I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that, Parsit. Michael Fox says, did you get into a fight? I don't think we got into a fight. Oh boy. Hey, what's up, Mindful Fox? Welcome back. This is the first thing you've said today, right? You haven't been here already. I'm not forgetting that, right? Sarcastic Dante says, this explains a lot of my headaches. Indeed. Oh, parse it. Oh, parse it. Okay, but I should be able to run this now and see what happens when we install the app. So we close that and run that. Whereas it says, what after all, we are all humans. Or are we dancer? Is it this tab? Yeah. Okay, so this should trigger my breakpoint. If I don't have a typo, now I gotta redo all this shit again. God damn it. So now I gotta go through internal server. Yeah, fuck you too. So we go to the home page. Should be able to just do this now. Authorize. Unsupported media type. What? Is this supposed to be a post endpoint? Unsupported media type. To access this API with your GitHub app, you must provide a custom media type in the accept header for your requests. Okay, we can do that. Oh boy, we're working a little sloppy today. Okay, so this should fix that. VND GitHub.machine man preview. It just says you don't know that, at least I hope. Zoe says, G-Spec's here, why not now? Because she's watching me. But I hope she starts streaming before I end stream, because then I can raid her. This will be the first Juice raid of all time. Wouldn't that be crazy? Anthony writes code raids Juice. Like, start the presses, that would be an unprecedented occurrence. It's because you're never streaming when I stream, Juice. Why are you never streaming? Okay, so this should work better now, but now we gotta do the same. Ooh. Broke my terminal. Fix that. Lawyer says it's 23:30 in CEST, so more viewers now. Trying to get that EU audience. I know what that's about. That's why I usually start earlier on Saturdays, although I didn't today because I was busy. Very, very busy. So we go back here. We gotta uninstall this thing again. This is why I need Selenium to do this for me, because oh, we should actually implement this. P data. This is a delete. And we gotta look at Gotta look at what this request is. What the fuck? Why won't you let me go up one frame? Oh, because it retried. There's actually 2 requests being showed right now. But this is what I want to actually find. Please. Installation delete is what we want to add an event for. So GitHub does 1 retry on requests, so it makes it a lot harder to debug. Installation delete. Installation deleted. And I'll implement this eventually. Installation. Oh, that's capitalized. We gotta fix that. Wait, no. I'll implement that later. Tubrum says Europeans scare me. Oh, did I typo? Oh, I did. Thank you, RKJ. Why is my thing all fucked up? There we go. Installation. Screwed that one up. Thank you for the typo fix there. Appreciate that. Yeah, we need to handle that. That's not handled yet. The debugger like super breaks this. RKJ says if you had line numbers, I could have pointed you to. I figured it out. I got you. Yo. Wait, how did you say? Oh, you said line numbers, but you typo. I fucking sneaky, RKJ. Line numbers is a banned word in my chat due to reasons, but RKJ has evaded the ban. Sneaky motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you, Puncio. Thank you for the follow. And Macoberry, thank you as well for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how I missed that. I'm really sorry about that, but welcome, welcome. Hopefully your day's going well. RKJ says, I spent a long time figuring out how to get around that filter. It's not a very smart filter. This should be a 400, not a 500, but oh well. Okay, so this should drop us into our breakpoint. Yes. Responses. We want itertools.chain.from iterable. Installation ID. Wait. For installation in. Oh, actually, we don't need this. We can just do installation ID. Hey, what's up, Carlos Lamy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream for installation in Resp installations for Resp. Wait. No. For Resp in responses. For installation in installations, we should get the installation ID out, which is perfect. But we actually want the installation ID and we want the login. Which I swear their API told me something different here. Oh, it is account login. Okay. So we want the ID and we want the installation account login. Sick. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. Perfect. That's some good shit there. Sarcastic Dante says, do you mean line numbers? Using those mod privs. Using those mod privs. But yeah, I think that's all we need from this setup here. Although I think later I'm gonna need this account ID, but we're not gonna implement that right now. I can always extend this later. As long as it's not public yet. Still doesn't fit on one line. Okay, for response. I think this is probably the best way to format this, so you can see that like it's a double for loop and I'm returning the install ID and the login from that. So this does not return a response, it returns a sequence of tuple int stir. We need both those types. Paratroid says, was that whiskey? I feel like you're about to be super disappointed in me, Paratroid. It's not whiskey. It is Old Vine Rosé. But it has a similar color to some whiskeys. But yes, it is wine. It is rosé. And I'm sorry that I've disappointed you. But I like it, so that's why I'm drinking it. And you'll just have to deal. Hey, what's up? Ice D Garani, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You said nice! Perfect! Okay. I don't have to feel judged about not drinking whiskey. But it's very good, and the bottle was given to me by my favorite person in chat, Juicebox Hero. What was this? Oh, we quit that. So then we need to handle those there. Pre-commit.ci app. Break a point. For install ID. Install login in installations. Data store dot. What is my naming concept here? I'm Zubin says we all need people like Juicebox in our life. I agree. We do need people like that. Data store. GitHub installation create. Pending int default 1. I think we just call this method. Username, install, login, install, and the name is going to be user resp.json login. Where did this come from? This is totally false. Install ID. Install ID. Hey, what's up, Hayden? Hello, hello. Juicebox is here. I love Juicebox. They are a great person. I love Juicebox too, Hayden. They are a great person. I agree. This is going to primary key violation. KNGL says, "Do you know about PUDB?" I do know. I do know about PUDB. I've used it before. It's pretty nice. My problems with it are I have to install it to use it, and I don't know. I'm fine using PUDB. It works well enough for me. But I do know about PUDB, and I do recommend it. It's pretty good. Hayden says, I got my Pixel 3a today and I'm loving it. Nice. That's good. So, spoilers, I have to pee. So I'm going to be right back. I'm sorry, chat. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, I'm back, chat. Hello, hello. This is the button that I wanted. Okay, so this should create the GitHub installation, so that should kind of get that working. I think what I need to do here is there's like on conflict in SQLite. I don't know how I'm gonna do this in Dynamo though. I assume there's some like creative it doesn't exist in Dynamo, but if not, let's see, SQLite on conflict. If not, I'll probably have like, I assume there's like some create and it'll raise an exception if it already exists. There's some key clause there. On conflict, rollback, no. Abort, no. Fail, I think I ignore. Ignore. We don't want to replace. So we adjust this query here. On conflict, ignore. Two says developing on SQLite bold. Yo, SQLite is fucking great. I love SQLite. It is not bad. It gets the job done. Okay, so let's run this again. We gotta undo all that shit again. So we gotta delete this. Yes. Then we gotta go here. I've still not implemented the delete there. We should be able to add. That should work. Fuck. Hey, what's up? It's an N. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How am I doing this wrong? Non-standard extension. What the fuck do you mean? operational error. I wish I could take me to this insert statement. What is this ad that we got at the top? Early signs of psoriatic arthritis. God, I hope I don't have arthritis. What is my ad block doing here? Why are you not blocking these? Oh, because I'm on fucking SQL tutorial. What am I doing? This is what I want. Insert or ignore, that's what I actually want. Or ignore. And I bet that fits on one line. Oh yeah, that's what we like. Okay, so this will ignore primary key violations. Tubrim says, it's fucking great, mate, but developing on SQLite and then switching to big boy databases did bite me in the anus. I feel ya. Breached says, Brave browser would do us all good. Probably would, but it would also inject those Amazon affiliate links for Bitcoin, whatever shenanigans. But, okay, let's get this working. Because I'm definitely running out of steam. Running out of steam. Running out of stream as well, I guess. We can put it that way. Okay, so we're gonna have to reload the homepage here. We're gonna have to delete this again. Yes. And yeah, I know that's not implemented. That's fine. Then we should be able to do this. What the fuck? Table GitHub installations has 4 columns, but 3 values were supplied. Oh. Fuck, now your line is too long. No. What? Sorry, I'm grumbling about this. I have a default column on this table, but apparently you can't do auto inserts with only with only n values here. And I want to auto insert, but I cannot has it. That should work though. Then we gotta do the whole thing again. Where we gotta uninstall. Yeah. We'll fix that eventually. And then we gotta go back to the home page, and then we gotta add, and then we gotta click this button. Fuck. It's a frequency hop. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. 81. Do I not know how insert statements work? Have I completely forgotten how? Table name, column name, values. This looks right? Oh, I got a weird parenthesis here. That's the problem. That's the problem. Alright, so I'm a dummy. That's the problem with this too, is it's like a lot of work to regenerate this each time. Oops. That's what's on my clipboard. GitHub _ installations. Yes. Control 1. Why are you not? There we go. Please work. Praise fucking be. We got it. Parse it says Google did some changes recently so ad blockers don't work randomly on all Google services. Fucking Google. Fucking Google. The other server says, how do you do the connecting and closing of the database? It's real jank. And the reason that it's really jank is because this is only for development purposes. In production, I'm going to be using Dynamo, which will use a connection pool and some other stuff, which will work well. But what I'm basically doing is anytime I need the database, I have this context manager, which uses contextlib.closing, SQLite.connect, and then this makes a transaction, and this closes the database. And I basically stole this code from pre-commit, which does the exact same thing for its SQLite database. But every call to this is opening and closing the database, which is not efficient, but I don't care, because this is just the dev version. Prod it will use, we'll use Dynamo or Aurora if I eventually switch to a relational model. But yeah, it's not super efficient. It's fine. Parse says, I think that they are trying to get more revenue while the COVID situation, which is just not evil at all. Typical Google, right? Redline says, do you know a good documentation generator that makes good-looking HTML and CSS? I have worked with Sphinx before. I really hate RST, but it works well enough. And there's a lot of themes that you can do to switch around and like make things work that way. So that's one idea, is to go with Sphinx and RST. But I'm not the person you want to talk to about documentation, because I don't know. The only like major documentation that I have built is like one-off wacky HTML. This is an HTML website which uses Markdown for the inner parts. And it uses its own custom Markdown because I hate the Markdown tables. I hate the RST tables too, they're bad too. But this is my only experience with like writing a full farm documentation. Oglethorpe Gentleman says, try insert ignore. That is what we're doing. And it works. It should work. C301 says, you could put something like ngrok in between your service and GitHub so you can replay requests. So replay doesn't help me here because there's a token. Well, you can't see it here. There's a token in this callback which gets what's the word? Exhausted as I run the side effect of this API. So I couldn't actually replay this request because the token is expired the second time. Tubrum says, Sphinx can make it look nice. Read the docs is Sphinxy, I believe. It is indeed. Redline says, what did you use to generate the pre-commit docs? I can actually show you the tech for that. It's actually, I don't know, it's kind of cool. But it's this GitHub repo, precommit/precommit.com, and it is a series of Mako templates. I really don't like Mako as a templating language. Somebody convinced me to try Mako, and that's why it's still Mako. I would probably pick my own templating language. Yes, I wrote my own templating language. Was it a good idea? I don't know, but it's actually good. I promise you it's actually good. So I wrote this templating language called Yelp Cheetah, which was a hack off of Cheetah, but it supports Python 3 and it has full test coverage, and it's actually the fastest Python templating language. But no one really uses it because I suck at advertising. I did plan to rename it at some point to Tortoise, just to be lolzy, but I never did that. But it's real fast. Yelp Cheetah is Cheetah with everything we don't/shouldn't use removed. Look at all of these breaking changes. Remove. I deleted a lot of code here. It was great. But anyway, I would probably pick a different templating language. But anyway, I'm using Mako for now. And I have this little markdown helper in the middle, which just, I pass a giant triple-quoted string into it. And so I write mostly Markdown and then convert it using a tool that I wrote called Markdown Code Blocks. Markdown Code Blocks, which I will link in the chat. Hey, what's up, Sorrowful Floyd? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. But anyway, this is Markdown Code Blocks. It is a tool that wraps... What is the library called? Mistoon, which is a... similar to GitHub flavored Markdown, but a little bit different. But it adds Pigment support for code blocks. That's the selling point. But basically, I write Markdown, and this is my custom table format because I really don't like the tables that Markdown has, and I think this is a lot more readable. Plus, it allows me to have like multiple line columns and like, you know, really easy to see at a glance what a row and a column is. But anyway, I made custom syntax for that. But yeah, it builds this HTML file and then uses a series of GitHub actions to deploy it as HTML, and it works pretty well. Hayden says, pre-commit go brrr. Yeah, pre-commit does go brrr. You're not wrong there. Sorrowful Floyd says, always nice to see a person coding in Python on Twitch as I slur through my words. I don't know how much longer we're going to be writing code today because we're getting pretty close to this being a little bit messy. Let's at least get the organizations rendering here. There should be a list here, but it's not working yet. Oh, this is the bug in my text editor. There's a race between closing and backgrounding, which causes it to just like break the terminal in a weird way. And I still haven't figured out how to fix it. Hayden says, so a drunk stream. Yeah, I've cut myself off, but we're drinking a little bit of rosé today. But yeah, okay, let's get this last thing working, and then we will probably end there. Pre-commit templates index. Oh, I already wrote the template code for this. Cool. So we need to load this value. This is a good song. How's this supposed to work? I'm Zemin says, what was that bug? Do you know why it happens? I don't particularly know why it happens. It's also not that easy to reproduce. But if I do Control and XC, sometimes it races. Oh, it's XZ, that's what I want. Didn't do it that time. I think it's X and then Z. Maybe it's Z then X. I don't fucking know. Of course, now when I'm trying to reproduce it, I can't. I don't fucking know. But yeah, there's some bug there. Try editing before XC. That might be the key, right? So Control Z is not allowed here, so that's not it. So I don't know what it is, but there is some race there. I've hit it a bunch of times. I don't know how to reproduce it. I don't know how to fix it. but it's not a huge deal. So, shrugs. Hey, what's up, Metal Storm? Welcome back. Good to see you again. How's it going? Hayden says curse is not clearing out on quit, so it leaves content in the terminal. Yeah, it's something like that. It's like not closing correctly. Lucas says, is Anthony using Flask? Yes, I am using Flask. RGR4 says, works for me, ticket closed. Close won't fix. Done. Oh my god. I'm a mess. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do more on here. I actually think I'm just gonna call the stream here. Sorry guys, I've had too much to drink. This is a little bit embarrassing, but that's the way things go. So let me do my spiel, and then we're gonna raid Juice. We are gonna raid Juice. Hey, what's up, Captain Winehead? Yeah, good fucking name. I agree with your name. But yes, then we're gonna raid Juice, Mindful Fox. That's what's gonna happen. So if you like my content, I upload all of my previous streams to youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode. Thank you, Web Dublin, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I also have recently been uploading some educational content. So similar to how I answer questions in stream, I also record some of those for YouTube and upload those to there. I've been streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday on Twitch, and usually I stream at noon, although on Saturdays I stream at 11, although today I was late. And I announced those in 2 places. One of those is on Twitter. That's twitter.com/codewithanthony, where I basically, this is one where I basically say, like, I'm going to stream in this amount of time, and then I usually do it. I also announce those on Discord. It's a small programming Discord. You guys are free to join. We talk about, code and memes and stuff, and it's usually a pretty good time. But thank you all for watching, and let's go raid Juice.